So now I'm going to talk about trinkets and stacking buffs. This trinket, Apparatus of Khazgaroth, has a 2-minute cooldown, and it consumes buffs that it will give me, called Titanic Power. It's going to stack up to 5 times, and the more stacks I consume at one time means that it's going to have a more powerful effect. So I really need to monitor when I have the maximum of 5 stacks, and that lets me know, use it now, it'll be most effective. So let's talk about how to set up stacking buffs and using different equipment slot items such as trinkets. Now first, we've already set up something like buffs, okay? I set up some kind of circle with an empty area, and I put it down here because I usually monitor my trinkets away from abilities. I use them a little bit differently, so I don't want them to be all cluttered in one area, okay? Now once I've done that, I set it to buff, I set it to Titanic Power, I just go to stacks, and I use it just like a timer. I pick show, I resize it the way I want, I'm going to position it inside of this box, okay? You want to position the first number, or the middle number, I mean. Usually you'll have a bunch of shit going on around here. So you want to position the middle number. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Now I'm basically done monitoring the stacks. It'll monitor the buff Titanic Power and show me how many stacks I'm going to have. Now I'm going to need to make a new icon for the trinket slot. Okay, for activation, what you're going to do is set it up as equipment slots. Now this works for weapons, armor, rings, trinkets. It doesn't matter. You just pick it. It'll show the it'll monitor the cooldown of that ability. Basically, it'll show the picture when it's off cooldown. Okay, that is it. I'm going to pick a picture. Let's say 77. Fish is fine for me. We're going to pick the size, resize it, reposition it, and then we'll be good to go. And I'll test this out for you real quick. So now let's test this trinket. Obviously you can see it's off cooldown, but I want to make sure that I have at least 5 stacks of my buff before I use it. Now I have 2. Okay, I know I need to wait a little bit longer. Hopefully I'll get some soon. 3. Okay, remember I only want to use it at 5, and you'll get normal practice to make sure you use your trinket on the right time. But you can see how it works. That's basically it. Once it gets to 5, I'll be able to blow my trinket. Let me blow it right now. Boom, it all goes away. I consume my stacks. I'll still watch the stacks of the buff, but I know I can't use my trinket anymore. So the next type of ability I want to talk about is rage, mana, and energy. Okay. Now for warriors, we want to make sure that we dump our rage when we get too high. If we get a full bar, that's really bad because any extra rage we'd be building will be wasted. It's like Blizzard trying to give us resources to spend more on damage, and we're saying no, we're good, we got a full bar. No, you want to spend that and dump it on, say, heroic strike. Okay, now an example of a low threshold would be mana. For example, if you're a healer and you want to say, when I get to 30%, I want to roll a mana regen ability, because if I don't, in a minute or two, shit's going to hit the fan on the raid. So let's go ahead and make one of those warnings. Okay, I'm going to pick a new one. Now all you have to do is pick a certain type. You can monitor your health. If you're a tank and you want to know when you get below a certain health percentage, that's a good thing. Mana, if you get too low on mana and you want to roll mana regen, that's also good. I'm going to pick rage for this case. I usually pick 70% as the threshold, the point at when I want to turn it on. Okay. Now this box is really important. If you leave it unchecked, it'll be a low warning, which means that it's going to come up when I have 70% or less rage. Now if I check it, which is what I want it to be a high warning, meaning it'll turn on when it's at 70% or above. So let's test this boy out. Okay. Now it's off because I have no rage. That's good. Now I'm going to build rage, and then when I get to about 70 out of 100, it should pop up. Okay. Maybe after next 1 or 2 hits, I'm at 69. One more hit. Come on. Boom. Now I have enough. I know I need to dump it. Go back down, and then I just need to balance this as well as I can. Okay, I don't want to get too high. If I'm doing abilities and they're proccing and whatnot and I'm saving rage, I'll know that if I get too high I can burn it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned a lot and got the tools you need to enjoy tanking, healing, or DPSing better, because you'll be less stressed about monitoring such things as buffs and procs. I'm going to be trying to making these guides regular as I build up my UI from scratch and helping people build theirs. These guides are mainly targeted towards members of Too Legit to Quit's guild on Kilrog. If you are interested in joining, because you know that us leaders will be trying to maintain and give all our raiders the best possible information to improve their gaming so that we can progress harder, please go to www.toolegitguild.weebly.com. I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and good luck.